Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us tonight here on Q2. I'm Zoe Zandora. In national news, hundreds of firefighters remain on the front line battling the Camp Fire in California. Officials say it's about 50% contained, and today President Trump traveled to the area to assess the damage. Meg Oliver reports from Paradise, California.
President Trump surveyed the damage caused by several destructive wildfires across California and pledged to help rebuild communities left in ruins.
We're going to spend the money that's necessary. There's a great people that live here, and it's unfair to put them through this so often.
Emotions ran high as hundreds of displaced residents waited in long lines to meet with FEMA officials in Northern California Saturday. The president's visit received mixed reviews.
He'll come in and try to take credit after he's insulted the firefighters, the police, the military, handicapped, women.
I'm happy he's coming, and I think it'll add some brightness to a lot of people.
The Butte County Sheriff estimates that the fire destroyed 9,000 homes.
I see devastation. It's gone. Oh my God. It's my childhood right here. I mean,
we were with Eric Smith when he went to check and see if the deadly fire spared his mother's house. Some of his relatives are among the more than 1,000 still missing.
You see the numbers of missing, and that's a lot of elderly people here.
Hundreds of people left homeless and living in tents in a Walmart parking lot are facing more misery. Heavy rains are expected next week, which could trigger flash floods and mudslides in areas scorched by the wildfires. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Paradise, California.
The Camp Fire is blamed for at least 71 deaths at this time. In other national news, the FBI is investigating a mysterious death aboard a cruise ship as it headed to Aruba. Kenneth Craig has the latest details.
The Caribbean cruise came to an end Saturday with the Royal Princess back in South Florida and vacationers no closer to answers surrounding the tragic death of their fellow passenger.
I'm shocked, yes, that it happened on the ship I was on. You felt bad for the victim, obviously.
The 52-year-old American woman died Tuesday morning after reportedly plunging from the upper deck onto a lifeboat below. It happened while the boat was out at sea. The Princess Cruises ship left Fort Lauderdale on November 9th for a 7-day journey that included a stop in Aruba. Passengers say a security announcement was broadcast directly into cabins regarding a serious incident, and later they saw Aruban authorities make their way aboard the ship.
It was a rude awakening at 4 o'clock. It bothered me a lot. I never got back to sleep that night.
A spokesperson for the prosecutor in Aruba says an autopsy was performed there as investigators combed the ship before it returned to sea.
We feel bad for the family. It's a human life lost.
Authorities also told us the victim's husband stayed in Aruba voluntarily and is not considered a suspect. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Thank you, Kenneth. Well, today was a big day in Montana sports, including the big rival game, the Cats versus the Grizz. Before the game earlier today, MTN's Lauren Heiser went down to the tailgate to capture the excitement and rivalry as fans got amped up. Here's what some of the fans had to say.
Hey, look, after 2 years of losing, you realize that the Cats are back on the upswing. Bobby's back in Dodge. We've got ourselves one kind of a melee coming up today, just on history and where we're headed moving forward. This is going to be an epic battle.
What counts is us being on the field at the end of the game with the trophy going back in Champions Hall. So that's what it means. It's all about pride.
Go Grizz! Get after it, Brawl of the Wild, baby.
Go Grizz!
Go Cats!
Go Grizz!
Go Grizz! Down with Cats.
And what a game it was today. The game marked the 118th Brawl of the Wild and brought a lot of people to Missoula. It also brought people together in restaurants, bars, and living rooms all over the state and the country. The University of Montana Alumni Foundation lists official watch parties that were all across the state in 30 states. The Montana State University Alumni Foundation listed watch parties in more than 40 states. The Sting Sports Bar in Great Falls held their 18th annual Brawl of the Wild tailgate and watch party. Owner Rich Hollis says It was one of their busiest days of the year, and while the game is known to create a lot of division between friends and family, he says it also brings the state together.
Everybody wants bragging rights for the year, whether you're a Bobcat fan or a Grizz fan, and so they love to, they love to be able to rub it in everybody's face, and it's just a game that kind of brings the state together to yell, cheer, and have a great time.
Back in Billings at a Northern Plains Resource Conference today, the keynote speaker focused on the idea that people need to take charge of the government at the local, state, and national levels. The Northern Plains Resource Council held its annual meeting today. Jim Hightower was the keynote speaker and says the extremely wealthy dominate society, including government. He says the elite and their money end up controlling policies.
There's a rebellion against that. And there are many ways to rebel. You can be a screamer like the Tea Party developed, or you can do what the Northern Plains Resource Council has been doing, and that is organizing. The true political spectrum in America is not right to left. That's theory. That's ideology. The real spectrum is top to bottom.
The annual meeting also included a panel talking about energy economics and about Colstrip. During the last 15 years, Flakes Giving has helped with more than 22,000 Thanksgiving meals. Today, the Breakfast Flakes once again hosted the annual event. You guys ready up here? Breakfast Flake Paul Mushaven of KCTR. Mushaven and his morning co-host Mark Wilson, along with numerous volunteers, helped with the meals starting around noon today. About 1,000 came to Metro Park for the giveaway, and volunteers delivered close to another 500 meals.
Every year you'll get a couple folks with a tear in their eye and pretty shook up because they'll tell you if it wasn't for this event, they wouldn't be able to have a Thanksgiving meal this year. There's just no money. A lot of the people who started with us 30 years ago, it's their kids and in a couple of cases grandkids who are now down here helping us. I think parents do a good job of teaching their kids now to give and give back and help, and more about charity and kindness, and that's kind of what it's all about down here today.
Another event today in Billings that gave back, a burpee challenge. Family and friends came together for a tough early morning workout to raise money for a man with cancer. Nearly all of the proceeds, or all of those participating, did burpees for 10 minutes at the Celebration of Life fundraiser for Ron Huck. Huck has cholangiocarcinoma and showed up today to what he said was an overwhelming amount of support. Tomorrow, Angry Hanks will host an auction for the same cause, and we'll have more from Ron Huck at the end of the celebration tomorrow.